Previously on The Real Forex Trader.
Everyone's going to have a live account. We're starting off everybody on 25,000. Okay, so there's 300,000 amongst all of you. I don't care if one person is down and one person's up, that's great. All I care about is not losing overall.
And I've said to myself, if you stick to the rules, win or lose, you're going to be okay.
You took it on the 15, it's a 15 up or down?
Yeah. I took it in the 15 and I'm on
15 up or down?
It's up. The trend line here.
Trade.
Okay.
Maybe a winning trade. I'm not saying it's a bad trade.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not following the rules.
Okay.
I think the mistakes made today are quite clear. One is lack of knowing when the news is coming out and what to expect from that news. Next week, you're going to be in a whole new level of emotional panic when you see bigger figures. So you just need to focus on the percentage each time. I've got to admit, I'm shit scared for the rest of the week. I hope that it's not going to be that bad, because if it is, then if you think I've been bad, come tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to be absolutely raging. We're going to check some things for other challenges. So what I need you to do is I need you to telegram, either your driver's license. It could be a picture of it, of the front and back. If you don't have a driver's license, potentially a scan of a passport if you've got one on your email or something along those lines. Now that you've got live accounts, Ben is going to be running background checks, AML checks, which will check whether or not people have got criminal records, have been prosecuted for anything, that side of things, whether or not you're politically exposed. Anything that is bad against your name will be flagged on those checks. If you think that you have something that is bad on your name that we should know about, we would rather hear it from you than see it on the background check and not know. So if you think that is you, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. If we don't hear it from you and we find it out, you'll be in more trouble than if we hear it from you. All right.
I got in trouble for fighting years ago now, probably 8 years ago. Yeah, I had to go to court and do all of that, but I've learned from my mistakes. I got into boxing and turned my life, do you know what I mean? It was a big mistake in my life, but I turned it around and made it into a positive and got into boxing, keeping really fit, having bouts and dedicating my life to that and staying out of trouble, and I've stayed out of trouble ever since.
I was early 20s, I got in a couple of fights on the weekends and things like that. Got fined for it. Went to court and fined for breach of the peace, they call it up in Scotland. So yeah, shouldn't be carrying on like that at a weekend. But yeah, young lad at the time, and yeah, that's it.
When I was a young teenager, I hung around with a group of friends. One night we were cold and we were in a field, so I made a small campfire. It then got a bit bigger and somebody called the fire brigade and they had to come along to put it out. And because the fire brigade got called, I then got arrested and sort of got done for making a campfire, bonfire.
Quite a few years ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I got myself in a bit of trouble with the police because I ended up sort of punching two twin brothers, and one unfortunately sort of went down. And they thought he kind of had a fit, but he didn't. He ended up he had a panic attack. So the ambulance was called, police were called, and I just kind of explained to the police everything that happened. It was within a football environment, in the changing room after a game, things had got a little bit heated. I received 2 cautions for that, so I just wanted to be open and honest. I had a big situation, like a family situation, because of like playing football and stuff, that obviously made the media.
Callum was stabbed 6 times in the legs during a confrontation on his mother Kim Stupple's driveway in Bedford in the early hours of Saturday
Her boyfriend
morning.
is accused of stabbing him in both legs.
26-year-old West Ham defender showed no obvious sign of injury as he arrived at Bedford Magistrates this morning.
It's just not really something I want to... Like, everyone has family problems and issues and stuff, you know, and we always want to be nosy and poke in, but it was just kind of... It was a horrendous situation, but it's not really something that... yeah, it's just not really something that you want to go into, do you know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to share is about my conviction. I don't really want to share about my family history, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's personal.
I place a trade on Euro GPI long, actually up to 0.6%. I'm actually up on this trade to 170, so actually that's fine. With the open trade I'm up to more than $200.
Waiting for gold to drop. Well, if it will drop, I don't know. I would like it to. One trade today on USD CHF. That one took me out for a 1% loss. Had a pullback to the support level that formed today. Took a short off of it, and unfortunately it didn't hold that support level, kept going and broke it. So took a 1% loss on that one. Currently just waiting for gold to see if that will pull back to a significant support level so I can take a long off of it, but not going to try and rush into anything or force any trades today. But I feel okay, not too fatigued. I think part of the mental coaching and doing all that stuff has helped a little bit with that too, so I feel okay.
Today was a little tricky. We've been waiting here since 7 a.m., 7:30, and unfortunately we haven't really had much opportunities to follow the rules. I thought this gold trade was going to play out, but it didn't. So I'm just going to keep my head clear and just continue trading by the rules, and hopefully it just pans out for the better. As long as the risk-reward ratio is good and we're risking no more than 1%, it should be fine. Overall balance is 24,822. I'm currently in a GJ long trade right now, also risking about 1%. So we'll see how this plays out in the next couple hours.
I made the mistake again, just go.
You know you've done, yeah?
Yeah, I've just realised it was just about to cross. Yeah, it hasn't crossed yet.
Oh, yeah, it's close trade, man.
Hasn't crossed yet, so.
Yeah.
So you're out, yeah, I apologise. I just seen the R1, the failure at R1.
I suppose it was something.
Okay, man, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, sorry. Mistake, sorry. I did come for as soon as I realised that. I
mean, the thing is, you're the only one that's broken the rules. So it's just one more and then that's it. But pretty much, yeah. So, yeah, I know. You had a good trade earlier as well.
Yeah, and I let that go as well. Came out, took a sharp. And R1, I was looking at R1 if you actually see it on the. Yeah, I was actually initially targeting R1, but I had the line. I seen the failure, the double failure there, and I thought profit. It was a scalp.
Just make sure you double check everything before you enter the trade.
Yeah.
The daily time frame. Just make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a slip up. Yeah, I should have double checked. I've seen it bullish all day.
Yeah, that's fine. Mistakes happen.
Oh, come on, you're killing me now. Yeah. Okay. It was a cable trade, and obviously it's been bullish all day. And I was kind of focused on the 15-minute chart, and probably too focused on that. I could see a kind of pullback. I seen a buyer's bar, but unfortunately for me on the daily, it hadn't actually crossed over. It was close, but it hadn't crossed over, so strictly, well, that's obviously breaking the rules here. So I think I realised it quite quickly once I was in the trade. It was in profit, but obviously it wasn't the correct trade to take. And I could see Elliot on his way over, and I kind of knew, yeah, I'd made a mistake. I think I was just too focused. It wasn't intentional. It was just caught up in the moment a little bit, and took the trade when I should have double checked. I don't think it'll happen again. I'm fairly confident. I'm really going to nail it in my head that I need to wait for these trades the way the guys want me to take them. I hope it doesn't affect anything, and I'm not going to do it again. That's how I feel. How about you boys anyway? How are you doing? Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm in one position.
Doing all right? Nice to have a chat though, isn't it? It does help, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to go for some more.
Yeah, go for it.
See you later, guys.
Caught me yawning.
Be happy. I'm up 65 at the minute, to 25,065, and then I'm up that as well. But might let it run and see what happens. Stop cutting my trades too short, so I'll probably just let it run and hope for the best.
I'm in a trade on UJ. I'm gonna hold this now until probably tomorrow morning. I'm around profit, not profit, but it's coming up. I got an entry just by here. So I've seen this pin bar of round level, and it's slowly coming up. The only thing I'm bummed about is this. Yeah, it's still down from yesterday, but this trade will put me back at break even. But I was looking at this one all morning for hours, and I decided not to take it. I went straight to my take profit, and I did not take it.
So we've got a couple of emotional traders now that are starting to pan out. We've got Bradley, who's opening trades, closing them for very small profit. What happens here is that he feels that he's winning and he's doing the right thing, but his reward to risk is completely out of balance, and it's only going to take one loss now for him to start losing money. So these are the people that we've got to start worrying about. We've also got the likes of Alex, who really wants to be on the challenge, but then is making the mistake of placing emotional trades, and he knows he's emotional. So we're going to try to save these individuals as much as we possibly can and put them in with a mindset session with our mindset coach at Sam Young Co and see what comes out of it. Hopefully they correct themselves. Let's find out.
Hi everybody, my name's Adrian. I'm the Senior Mindset Coach at Sam Young Co Trading. It's my job to help traders to deal with their emotional issues when they're trading, to change them, to help them clear their issues, to become a better trader. And in my experience, every trader has an issue of at some degree, some level. And it could be fear of missing out. It could be focusing on the money. It could be overthinking, overcompensating. It could be getting in too early, getting in out too late. It's lots of things, but they're all emotional and they all have a root cause. And once you deal with them and change them, then they don't have those limiting issues. So it's my job to take them through a whole process to get them from where they are to how they want to feel, what they want to experience as an end result.
I still like getting angry when I lose a trade.
Why do you get angry when you lose a trade?
Because it's a loss. I mean, not only in trading. Even if like you lose like 10 pounds or something like that on the street.
So it's life. It's life issues, not just trading. Yeah. So do you always get angry when you lose something?
Yes.
Think about, are there any specific issues that come to mind apart from trading?
With the COVID, for example, I lost my job. I'm angry because I lost the job because it wasn't that like any job. I had to move myself. I came from Tenerife.
Okay.
And I moved all the way. It's a long way. I grabbed all my family, grabbed all my stuff, and just moved to Barcelona. I know it was really bad for me to lose it because I left everything there. I had a job actually there. I had everything.
Okay.
It was pretty good, but I was looking for something better.
Okay. So do you have another job now?
No, not at this moment. No.
So you're still struggling.
I'm looking towards start trading. I would love to become a...
Okay.
Well, I want to be.
And what about your wife? Does she work?
She's not working because we have a small daughter.
Okay. So how are you going to make ends meet in this situation?
I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be with me like when I leave London. You know.
Okay.
It's hard to me right now. Yeah.
I'm looking to see how we can best affect your emotional frame of mind, because anger doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anybody.
It just hurts, you know. It's
okay. So let's use the technique. Okay, for all the emotional trauma you've experienced as a result of losing your job, the anger, all of the hurt, the emotional trauma, okay? Just go in there and use your words.
It's keeping the cover.
Okay. It's not easy, Alex, I know. So I understand.
Maybe I don't look like emotional, but inside of me it's like a volcano. It's burning me inside.
Okay.
It means a lot to me to be here, you know, just to be part of that team, you know, just a little bit. So.
No, I understand.
So guys, you've been involved with the Real Forex Trader series now for a fair few episodes. If you think you have what it takes to be one of these candidates in our next series, click the link in the description below and apply. I wish you the best of luck, and let's see if you can make it to the end.
How does that feel now when you lose a trade?
It's better because right now I'm here with you, and it feels a lot better actually.
Okay. So are you saying that because when you're on your own you have all this internal dialogue, this overthinking?
I'm trying like to put it like in one side and not be emotional to what is in my past, like what I had to go through, and still keep like a fresh mind to keep trading and do good trades. But it's like, I know that it's there, you know, it's like...
Okay, but you don't want it to affect your performance now.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's clear everything that causes you to have this clouded judgment, this problem with making decisions based on your past experiences that keep influencing your judgment, your decisions and choices you make when it comes to placing trades, managing them and exiting trades that would sabotage your potential to be a consistent, successful trader. So cured for that. Everything you've experienced as a result of not doing that, cured for that. Everything that's connected to and affected, cured for that. What else comes up when you think about trading on a negative level?
To be inconsistent profitable.
Okay, now, do you think you can be
Of
consistent?
Course.
Okay.
I'm confident in myself. I think this is the biggest thing that I have in myself, that it's confident.
Okay. Do you doubt yourself?
No.
No. Do you trust yourself to be able to implement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, I do.
So you're in a far better place now.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Okay.
I think I'm confident and disciplined, and to these two words, it was hard to me to come through. I think a couple of years ago, I wasn't enough disciplined to do anything actually. Okay. I think so. The confidence and discipline just came with me with years. It's not something that I had to go through to like learn it or something. Okay. It just with experience.
So if you think about a losing trade now, what comes to mind?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so you can use that skill now to make choices that aren't going to be affected by a loss or a losing trade. Yeah?
Yeah.
That will make you or help you to make better decisions, better choices. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
That's cool, yeah? A lot lighter.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, that's good. Is that helpful?
It is actually, yeah. It is helpful. I've never done it before.
No. This is the beauty of the technique. We're changing the programming. We're getting rid of the negatives, which means over here, the belief system, what you're feeling is based on this. Once we change this, this has to change. And you're trying to get to grips. The brain changes, the body, the feelings, the emotions are playing catch up. They're always playing catch up, which is why I say, I don't know what the number is. You're always doing this weighing up thing. And that's fine, you know, because it's new, it's a new system to you. It's been my pleasure.
Thank
it's been
you.
my pleasure. You're more than welcome. Thank you very much. Alex's presenting issue is anger after a losing trade. And after a few questions, it became very clear that it's not just about trading, it's about anything that he loses. He recently lost his job, and that made him very emotional, put a lot of pressure on him. So when I asked him what he would like to experience instead of anger, because there's always an alternative. The anger may have been a coping mechanism at some time in his life, but it didn't suit him now, it wasn't beneficial. And his answer to that question was he wanted to be emotionally neutral. He didn't want to experience anything when he lost a trade. So within a few seconds of me asking a few questions, he got up and off camera because he was embarrassed, and he started to become emotional and cry. And that's quite normal when you think about the enormity of what he's trying to undertake. So we set up the technique, I started working with him, we cleared lots of issues. So we changed the neural network in his brain from feeling anger when he lost a trade to actually feeling nothing when he lost a trade, which means now he's better equipped at dealing with loss. He's more calm, more relaxed, which means he can then focus and then work out why he lost the trade. That'll make him a better trader, and then he'll learn from that and he'll develop consistency from that. At Samuel & Co, we focus heavily on the mindset to help traders with their emotional issues, whether that's a trader challenge, whether that's coming through the junior trader program, or whether they book up sessions privately. We deal with the psychology in exactly the same way for every person. It's paramount to a trader's lifestyle to be emotionally neutral. And that's what we do on a daily basis. We have done since we started the company, and we'll continue to do that until we complete. It's something that's ongoing, and I take great pride in being able to change people's emotional frame of mind.
Yeah, that's close. You get that.
My stop. I could have sworn my stop was far enough away, but it literally went right to it.
It's been a difficult day, to be honest with you.
It is, which is why I've been just sitting on my hands for just all of it.
For 6 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
I was taking it on that right quick. It's completely turned around back.
You had to just put it underneath here.
I know, it was a little too tight, but I was risking 1% at where the stop loss was.
If I was going to take it, I'd put my stop under here. But then the take profit becomes massive. Like my take profit would be all the way up here.
Yeah, exactly.
Which isn't feasible with this. Yeah.
UK close just happened. So we'll just go through exactly where we're at. I think we're now starting to see some of the issues, which is needs to be sorted. We don't have time, we've got till tomorrow. So today we're down $500 net. But I think the only reason why we're not losing much is because some of you guys aren't really doing much, if I'm honest. The top two so far, I'd probably say is Callum. Believe it or not. Yeah, look, check that out. You're not in the bottom. Yeah, both of your trades have been like textbook. I think that I'm in the exact same trade as you now, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look, and you got in slightly before me, and I thought, oh, he's got a better entry than me, and you're still holding it. So no, you're doing everything how you should be, and Matthew as well. I think you're most consistent, just in the way, just following the rules, sticking to your game plan. I think you're doing very well as well. So yeah, good stuff. Theoretically, the bottom guys at the moment in time, Alex, you're at the bottom, but I wouldn't say you're one of the bottom. I think you've actually, your trade that you was, are you still in euro dollar at the moment? I think it's a good trade, yeah, I think it's good. So I think just keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully your equity tomorrow goes up. Andrew, you're kind of not doing much, that's the issue. So we've got to try to judge you on what trades you're taking. But all we've got so far is just one trade, one loss from yesterday. So we don't have much to go, what can you do? Travis buying gold at highs. Not the best trade, I'd say. Richard, you're up, but breaking rules, that's, even though you're up, that's more worrying than anything else, because obviously if you move to bigger cap and you make a mistake, and actually if you look at the mistake, if you held on to it, you would have then lost. Bradley, I'm a bit more worried about you. You was in a great trade, you're doing great, you just need to hold on to it. And you said, oh, I'm going to get back into it, and then you've closed it out. The issue is when you get into a good trade and then you come out with £30, and then when you take a bad one, you lose 250, it's going to take you 6-7 trades to get back to break even. So it's very hard to improve that sort of problem. People panic when they're in money, but when they're in a loss, they're happy to take the full loss. That is why retail traders lose. So it's about changing that whole mindset of just sticking to the plan and the strategy. We can only base you guys off of what we see, and we're under such a tight timeline. If I had 3 months, I could extend this and go, right, let's see where we end up in a month if we get a good time. But we don't. We've only got till Friday to give more capital, because the worst part about it is that I don't mind losing $500. The worst part about it is having 300 grand sat there and not making anything on it. I think some of you are actually scared to place a trade. A lot of mid-rangers at the moment, I would literally say that so many of you are at risk of going home. That's the main issue that we've got. I'm in between someone like Richard that's broken rules twice now, but it's profitable, and between yourself who's taken one trade and not done anything else, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with that trade, you've done nothing wrong, but we've got nothing to base it on. Or do I go with someone who's lost the most equity but is continuing to take good, reasonable trades? It puts me in such a predicament to go, how do I do this in the most methodical way? Tomorrow's D-Day, yeah? It's a big day. Just try to show what you've learned as much as you can, and that's all I can ask, yeah? All right, guys, again, I'm here till 7:30 tonight. You're welcome to stay here, do stuff, or you can crack on home and see you in the morning. All right, no worries.
Personally, I don't really like compliment, but that's good to be complimented by. I don't know, I was better than the other, but I just stick to the rule. Personally, I'm not really happy with my today on trading. I was like in a good trade yesterday, but I closed it. I stick most of the time on the rule, so it's why I think he tell me that.
Next time on The Real Forex Trader.
Yourself and Travis, you both broke the rules from when I've said you have to talk to me if you want to close a trade below a 1-to-1.
Definitely it's emotion, but I don't think it's only emotion. There's some pressure outside of my body. I mean,
Up 750 on the week.
Been stopped out on all my trades, and I can justify all the trades and why I took them, and I think
the two individuals that we're debating on sending home, we're stuck on which one to send home, is between.
But the two individuals, first of all, the first one going home is yourself. So guys, you've been involved with the Real Forex Trader series now for a fair few episodes. If you think you have what it takes to be one of these candidates in our next series, click the link in the description below and apply. I wish you the best of luck, and let's see if you can make it to the end.